Speaking from a journalist perspective, working in Cambodia, how do you assess the state of the media freedom in this country?
Thank you. In terms of the freedom of media, it's quite good here. It is just a matter of the individual reporter, how strong, how qualified he is or she is. But in general, it's very open, very free. And in some cases, media even a little bit too extreme in a term that they try to be extreme to one side, like because of their own political affiliation as a human being who has somehow in favor to political parties. And of course, we understand that here in Cambodia, it must be frank to say that a lot somehow are pro the government and less or fewer to the opposition party. And it seems in many countries around the world that the politicians are very good at attracting and doing the campaign in order to get the full support from the media.
Do the reporters in general have any problems having access to information or access to the ministers or the officials, involved, in providing the information crucial to the public? Yeah.
In Cambodia, it's even more outstanding and unique that many reporters just try to access and call directly to the ministers. In many cases in Cambodia, the point here, one way we can say the ministers themselves are kind enough in Cambodia, but on the other hand, the reporters also complain a lot that despite they have quick access on case by case and in many cases, however, are the cases that the ministers themselves are so busy and they are occupied by their own work or mission abroad, and then they cannot access at all. And it seems very hard to find somebody else besides the ministers. Look at the reality here. Still, we don't have we have 24 to 26 ministries. And still not all ministries have their own spokesman. So it is a problem that not enough spokesmen in each ministry. And by this reason that then we fail to get the information that means fail to access to information from time to time. And therefore they try to approach somebody else who in a different position, and then sometimes the information is not good enough to fill in the short.
Is there any polarization in political ideas? I mean, reporters or journalists or publications that support the government and those who support the opposition?
Like I just mentioned earlier that the majority, let's say majority, are somehow supporting the ruling party or the government, and only few are supporting the opposition. I may say, since I am Cambodian and I've been in the field for about 20 years, so I find the both strong and weakness of the leaders between the ruling party and the opposition party. The ruling party is strong enough in terms of strong enough or even more than strong enough to propaganda or to absorb or to catch the media to his size. But on the other hand, the opposition is not really strong in terms of that. So that's why it's a big gap between the two leaders, between the opposition and the ruling party leader here.
Cambodia has just hosted the ASEAN Summit. As a journalist, do you have any difficulties in covering this event?
Okay. For myself, I don't have any difficulty for myself since I experienced so many forums around the region. However, many colleagues of mine, I mean local reporters, they complain that they have difficult access to information. First, about the background of ASEAN, because they do not cover much until today. Of course, Cambodia is the last country, the youngest member of the ASEAN, and this is only the second time that Cambodia chair. But again, they don't have enough background. That is first. And secondly, In terms of the spokesman, the government just appointed the spokesman in the very last minute. So they were somehow in the difficult situations to get the information in advance. And at the same time, the ASEAN itself, ASEAN as a whole, they don't have a kind of the common standard how to provide access to information in terms of ASEAN affairs, ASEAN issues. So I think this is what that ASEAN should improve by consulting with members of the ASEAN, all the 10 member states to discuss whether we should have a kind of the standard, even though it's not a high standard, but a low one is fine as long as quicker and more access to information on ASEAN issues.
What's your recommendations on how the information flow in this country, can be further improved, particularly with the advent of the online journalism?
Okay. This is a very good question that I would like to recommend that we should have like ASEAN fund to be allocated for like each country has its own website in their own language. For example, in Thai language, in Cambodian language, in Lao language, for example, and in particular in 4 young countries like Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam, where let's say not so many people speak English generally. So we need to have our own languages in order to let them know what's going on about ASEAN. That means by having a website on its own language, then they can just log in and read through whatever they just want to know about. Otherwise they don't understand, and since they have language barriers, so they don't care about ASEAN. So this is one of the things that ASEAN should consider about this.
Thank you.
Thank you.